This week it's National Hate Crime Week, and there's lots of events taking place across Gloucestershire to raise awareness about this horrible issue. But there's also throughout the year lots of work going on across Gloucestershire, some of it funded from the Office of Police and Crime Commissioner, but it's led by Martin's lead for Older But Not Overlooked, Phil Sullivan. Phil, you were a former police officer. Just explain your involvement in hate crime awareness and the role of the committee in Gloucestershire.
Thank you. Well, basically we've got a group of people drawn from lots of organisations across the county, over 40. That's District Council, County Council, charitable setups, third sector, obviously the police. And we are determined to promote the concept that everybody can do a little bit to help in relation to hate crime.
So what kind of things are deemed as hate crime?
Well, we've got the normal ones: race, religion, ethnicity, gender and so on. And in Gloucestershire this year we've introduced 4 more, and they are age, so young people as well as older people, because it was older people before. We've got homelessness, which is really important, and there are a lot of people who suffer because of homelessness. That can be construed as a hate incident or a hate crime if it's directed at them, and it's people being horrible to people because of who they are. We've got alternative cultures, goths are now in the category, and obviously gender. So misogyny has been in the news recently, and we cover that. So there's a whole range of issues where people are treated in a particular way, and people say, oh, you live in a lovely area, you don't have that sort of thing there, but we do. And if you go to a Chinese restaurant or an Indian takeaway at 11 o'clock at night, listen to the way some of those people looking for service treat the people who are trying to help them.
It's one of those things, isn't it? People talk about hate crime, and I suppose it's always been there, but it's now got a label. How important is it that people do get in touch with the police, report hate crime?
It's very important, and people need to realise that they can report it even if they're not the victim. So and it is only if you believe that what you're seeing is a hate incident or hate crime, that is sufficient to make it reportable. It doesn't matter if you've made a mistake. You don't have to understand the law and say, well, that's not a crime and that's an incident. That will be dealt with by the officers who come and see you if you report something.
As the kind of lead who chairs the committee that looks into hate crime in the county, what do you do? What does the committee do?
Well, there's a range of people working on that group, and they are local authority, police, voluntary sector, third sector, whatever we can describe them as, and each of them plays an individual part in delivering awareness raising, particularly about people understanding what it is and why we need to do something about it. The group itself then puts on events during the course of the week, and I've got a list actually of some of the things that are going on, not all of them. So we've got GlossCats hosting a talk about hate crime and the importance of reporting it. That's a transgender group. Cheltenham Borough Homes Victim Support and Gloucester University running a pledge campaign on their social media. We've got Cheltenham Synagogue doing a setup at their Cheltenham Synagogue. The Borough Council in Tewkesbury and Stroud are doing various things. The Star College, Gloucester City Homes, Inclusion Gloucestershire, Disability Adult Social Care, the VCS Alliance, Beaufort Academy School, Barnwood Trust, and so on. So there's a whole range of organisations that are part of our strategic group, and they've vouched to go out during this week to raise awareness. And as you know, we're doing stuff all the year round, so we attend various shows to put up the banner for hate crime and explain to people what hate incidents and hate crimes can do to people, because it's a very well-known public case, the Pilkington case, where sadly a mother and child died in a car together, as a result of being victims of hate crime. So everybody's got a part to play, and a lot of people suffer from it, and particularly people who are not able to speak up for themselves, and that's why it's important that a third party can report it when they see it. And again, if people think something is wrong, they're usually right.
Phil, thank you. Well, it is National Hate Crime Week. Hopefully you've enjoyed and learnt a little bit about the subject. Now, if you want some more information on some of the support services that are funded by the Office of Police and Crime Commissioner, go to the Commissioner's website. But there is also a dedicated website for Gloucestershire hate crime. If you go into Google, type that in, there is a dedicated website with information on support and also what's going on within the county.